Today's video, we get my dad's reaction to his new car. We get to look at it up close. We get to give it some TLC. We're talking headlight restoration with a kit that I think a lot of you guys haven't used before. We do a paint correction with a polisher. We do ceramic coating, and we overall just clean it, take care of it, and then go get his reaction, see what he thinks about it. We get a lot of work done today. Let's dive into the process. On CarMarspeed.com, we now have a cherry blossom pink STi jet tag. This thing is super clean. The car specific ones go pretty quick, so go grab one and then come back to this video. So if you guys didn't see in the previous videos, my dad really liked the 05 STi, the donor car we got for the GC8 build. He wanted me to find another donor car so he could buy that, because he liked driving it a lot, he liked the look of it, whatever. Totally did not see that coming. I tried to find another donor car, not exactly the easiest thing. Either it didn't work with our time frame, or if I pieced all the parts together, it would have been $3 or $4 grand more than what I paid for this entire car that has hail damage. The car has no rust, has everything running. It's gonna make our lives so much easier with wiring and everything else like that. So I'm taking the hit on the 05 STi, and sadly that has been completely parted out. If you're bummed about it, just wait till the GC8's done. Like, that thing is gonna be an absolute unicorn on the street, so you won't even be worried about what happened to the white one. While my dad was letting me know that he liked driving the white car, the 05, and he wanted to buy it, he was also seriously looking for a second car. And so once we realized that the white car wasn't gonna be up for grabs, I just kind of kept my eyes open, and one of you guys that actually watches the videos posted in the CarMarspeed Facebook group and said, hey, I'm just testing the waters. Would anyone be interested in my 07 80,000 mile stock STi? I immediately screenshotted it, sent it to my dad. I was like, hey, this isn't just a car, a second car for you to have. It's a car that you like, and it's the best one. It has everything going for it, and it's just gonna go up in value if you let it sit in the garage and don't drive it too much. Like, it'll probably double in value in, I don't know, 5-10 years, I would think, if things are going the way they're going. He thought about it, we went and looked at it, then he liked it, and then I was like, dang, you should really buy this, because these are getting harder and harder to find. And sure enough, he pulled the trigger. You drove 2 hours this morning. What do you think your first day as an STi owner?
She's sweet.
That's the stupidest thing you could have said. Do you like it?
Yes!
What is it like to drive?
It's tight and responsive to steering, feel. Love the whine of the whole drivetrain.
Do you think you want to go a little louder, or do you like it quiet?
Just like it is, stock pipe STi out the back.
Alright, we'll get you pulling out of here. This car's gonna get some much needed TLC today. Let's break down what we're gonna do and accomplish and all the processes. Let's break it down into some steps. Headlight restoration kit from Cerakote. They're straight to business, 3-step. Why I like them solely, I've tried most of them out there. The process as far as sanding, getting the oxidation off, is relatively the same, but I like the Cerakote one. It's cost effective, and they have a ceramic clear coating at the end. Ceramic technology, it's up to spec from the Cerakote. The Cerakote brand is up to spec with everything in the industry. I work very closely with Superior Image, and they kind of have taught me a lot about ceramic, what's a sales gimmick, what's not. I understand what's going on, and I know that this will protect my headlights from getting oxidized for the long haul because of the ceramic technology that they're up to speed on. That's at Walmart if you want to pick it up, and I have a link in the description to Amazon. That's going to be good. That'll be fun results, of course. So we'll do that first. I have some 3M automotive masking tape I picked up at O'Reilly's. Superior Image wipe off panel prep, so this gets any oil or polish or wax or anything off the surface, decontaminate it. We're going to use a clay bar in the process on our random orbital, can't say that word, orbital polisher. This microfiber pad is basically like a beginner level thing. So I'm new to paint correcting, I gotta be careful. I'm gonna be using our Angel Wax Resurrection Heavy Cut Compound. I'm gonna go over with my Superior Image sample of ceramic coating for this stuff that they have that's new, that's not really out yet. And I have my applicator pad to apply the ceramic coating, so that once we correct it, make the color look good, maybe hopefully get rid of some oxidation, just make it look new again. We're gonna seal it and finish it off with this ceramic coating, and that's going to protect it from any UV rays oxidizing the clear coat, fading things. In another video we'll touch about tuning, fluid changes and things like that. to take care of this car and get it ready for my parents so that they don't have to worry about it, because STIs are kind of stressful cars to own, but I'm going to take the hassle out of it for them and take you guys along that journey of how I'm going to do that for them. But let's take care of the outside of the car and get going. I'll show you guys around the car, kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at and what we're going to be working on. The headlights obviously need some love. This is one blemish. This is cracked right here. No big deal. It's from 2007. It's all right. Paint's in pretty good shape everywhere. It's right here. These two marks. This actually doesn't open properly. The arm inside here that lets this lid open and close got bent, so it's actually scratching right here. We're gonna fix that. The top of the wing right here has some oxidation. We'll see what happens with the heavy cut compound. It's gonna be a test for me. The BBSs are in decent shape, not great shape. This is like the worst one. We got some color coming off. There really is no major curb rash or anything, so we're in good shape. Brembos look good. The interior, pretty solid. This could use a nice steam clean. This has some marks on it from normal wear and tear. We need a good vacuum. Other than that, this car was super taken care of. It's kind of got some janky wiring and security system or something. Have this little light thing right here. We need it. Oh, it's not even connected to anything right now. It's got the proper supporting mods because this guy actually knew how to take care of a Subaru. Upgraded radiator, IAG air oil separator, major key, stock bypass valve. That's always a good sign. If you have a car where you can remove the headlights without removing the front bumper, absolutely take the headlights out. This car, you have to remove the front bumper, which I don't want to go through that. We'll get plenty good results just by taping it off to make sure when we're sanding it, we don't scuff up any of the paint. The Cerakote kit is basically a 3-step process. You've got oxidation removal wipes, which are super nice. You do 4 of those wipes. Then you're going to sand it down with 2 different grits. And then from there you apply your clear ceramic coating wipe, and that really makes the lens look new. Headlight results. For 2007, I'd say we're pretty well off. If you look close enough, you can see there's just a slight haze. You're not gonna get OEM brand new clarity in the lens. Like it's literally impossible. UV rays from the sun have seeped into the plastic enough, I guess is one way to put it, to where it's forever gonna have a slight haze. But if you look at the top of the headlights, no more yellow. Clarity's better, and they just look really even. The top of this one on the driver's side was real bad. Now it looks really good, so it's nice to get rid of that yellow. It actually made a difference in the overall view of it. Oh, these cars are so sick. I love the Hawkeyes. I can't believe there's one in the garage. Even more so, I can't even believe my dad likes these cars. Let's move on to the paint correction side of things. We're gonna use tape. We're gonna do this hood. Now let's look real close. You can see all the swirls in the paint. This is tough on camera. There we go. You can see all that. Let's see how much we can get out. I'm gonna use a bottle of water. We just want to keep the surface lubricated. This is just gonna get any like big chunks, like I mean, they're specks, but kind of chunks of asphalt, bugs, stuff that's just stuck to the paint. You wouldn't believe what's on the paint until you clay bar it. Right away, like that black speck right there, that's something that probably would not have come up with a rag. All you want to do is keep the surface lubricated. This wasn't too bad. There were some spots I could see, but we'll save this, we'll use it again. You can make it any shape you want, just so you know. Feels like Play-Doh. Now we have our panel prep. I'll be talking to you guys soon about these Superior Image products and some stuff I've got up my sleeve. This panel wipe off is awesome. I can see so much more of the swirls already. It's getting any sort of wax, coating, anything that was on the surface, it's pulling it right off. Wow. Holy, I see a ton of swirls, and wow, I really hope this paint comes out nice. First thing we're gonna do is prep our microfiber pad. We're gonna take our angel wax, shake it up. We're gonna do 4 dots. Every time we add more compound after this, we're gonna only do 2 dots because we have our pad primed. Baby steps with me. Let me come over here. Oh, Swirl City. Pretty glassy. You can tell when you're taking a lot of material off. You just got to be very cautious, pay attention to what you're doing. And the biggest thing with using a polisher like this, when you're looking down at the polisher, you're letting the polisher do the work. Don't press on it. But when you're looking down at it, that thing is spinning and has a random orbitable pattern. So when the hood is curved and you start to go up and the spin is moving this fast and then it starts to slow down, that means that you're putting too much pressure up top or down low, and you need to even it out. So as you're going up the hood, you're paying attention to how fast it's moving. And as long as it's maintaining that happy speed that it likes to sit at, then you're angling with the hood, the polisher, like this, so you have a nice even cut. If the disc is moving slower, that means it's fighting the panel that it's trying to move on. So you want it to move freely and buff it. Link below another video where I kind of broke this down even further, and I had help from Ted. If you want to dive more into this, it'll help you kind of get some ideas, but that's a basic overview. I'm going to try and speed through this car and see what kind of results we can get. This is what it's all about right here. I am hyped on this. Look at where the light is, the reflection. Now watch what happens. Look how clear it gets. That's all over the car. And then we get it looking like glass. Worst thing you can do is have polishing compound rub marks into black trim and rubber pieces. That doesn't come out. It doesn't work well on paint, so you got to tape those off. Taking a look at the second wing, whatever you call this thing, on the 0607s. On top here, there's some oxidation that's pretty bad. The clear coat doesn't look too good. So take a look at this up close, remember what it looks like, and then we'll see what we can do as far as polishing goes and see what we can bring back and what we can't bring back. More of the panel prep to clean the paint, get it ready after taping, and then we're going to blow out our pad in between every couple passes. With my dad living down the street from me, he cruised over, wanted to check out the car. I was kind of walking through, and he wanted to work on the car a little bit with me. So I was explaining with the polisher, when you get the polish on, it goes on, it's kind of a white color, and then as you make a couple passes over the area, you do like 2, 3, 4 square feet at a time, and then it kind of turns to like 50% transparency, and then it kind of turns a little bit clear, and then you're kind of feeling the paint a little bit to make sure it doesn't build up any heat. If I had experience, I wouldn't be worried about heat. I would know what I'm doing, but with this microfiber pad, and you kind of have the setting on 4 at max on this polisher, you're not going fast enough to create any major heat, and you can get good results without creating heat, and then you don't really have to worry about burning through clear coat or anything else like that. So I was just kind of explaining that to him and making sure he understood that, and then he kind of helped me quite a bit and got quite a bit of the car done. While he was working on that, I was able to spend a little bit of time of getting my feet wet on the hood as far as ceramic coating goes. I've never done it before with a formal ceramic coat application, and I wanted to see, is the high spot thing kind of scary? Does it get tacky wiping it off? What is it like? And it was a little bit hairy at first, but I got it figured out. He had to bounce, so I went and got the rest of the car polished and paint corrected, and then we can prep for ceramic coating. The top of the wing is the worst part of the car. You can take a quick look at it right now and kind of see the condition it's in overall. Let's see what the polisher can do. Not too much we can do. There's not much hope because the top of this wing has seen so much sun. There's like not much clear coat left, and in some spots literally seems like none. It's what it is. It's an older car. It'll still look good. It won't be too distracting once you see the whole car kind of put together. Ceramic coating for dummies. Here we go. Let's do this door. I'm gonna lightly mist on some panel prep just so in case we have any compound left on the paint, I'm gonna get it off of here. I have my new dry clean microfiber ceramic coating. This stuff will about smoke you out. Just a layer to the top. A little bit goes such a long way with this stuff. What's the worst thing that can happen? It's called high spots. Basically, when you put it on, it goes on. The longer you let it go, the tackier it gets. If you let it get tacky and then all the way dry, you have these high spots, and it almost looks like when you clean a window and then there's a haze over it, and then you take a dry rag and wipe the haze off. It's kind of like having like permanent haze, where like from certain angles you see like almost a clear coat that's like in some spots that's not, and it looks like a kind of swirly mess. So you want to start in small sections, get comfortable with it, and then go from there. So what are we gonna do? I'm gonna make my square. I'm gonna do this whole part of the door. This might be a little bit bigger than professionals would recommend, but I'm okay with that. Now I'm just gonna kind of paint it in. Make sure I'm covering every area. You see a lot of dudes almost like make sure it's like perfectly like stripes, you know? And I just don't think that's the situation for this. I think that might be the perfectionist way to do it, but I think to have a good result, this will be totally fine. The goal is just not to let it dry too long and to have an even coat across the whole area. I'm gonna count to 30 seconds or so, and then I'm gonna wipe it off. The bottle on whatever ceramic coating you have, this one is 1 to 3 minutes you let it sit, and then you wipe it off. Some of them are instantaneously, so you paint it on, and then right away you take it off with the rag. I think most ceramic coatings, they bond to the paint right away, so it's like a bunch of little nano molecules, whatever, and they just glue straight to the paint right away almost. They stick to it, they bond to it, and then you can wipe it off. But these have like a curing time or set time of 1 to 3 minutes for this product specifically. It's been about 30 seconds or so. I'm not even gonna go the full minute. I've kind of tested and figured it out what I like to do, because I am a little bit intimidated by this still. But I'm gonna go ahead and wipe all this off so you don't have any high spots. And that's it. I'm gonna let it dry. I'm not gonna touch it or anything yet. From here, next time you go to wash it, you're gonna see water just bead and fall right off of here. When you're doing this in person, it's very clear where you're painting it on. It's really hard to see for obvious reasons of it being a clear product, but you know exactly where it's at and what you need to be wiping, what you don't need to be wiping. This is something that you should not be intimidated by. Here's a great example of ceramic coat with oxidized paint. This little strip of gloss is where I did some of the ceramic, and then right next to it I didn't touch it yet, so it does bring the paint back to life a little bit. pillar. Check this out. Time to head outside, see what the car looks like in the sunlight. In the next episode, we're definitely going to be taking care of all the black trim. I have something that I like to use for that. I think we can clean up the windows. I want to get some water spots off of the front windshield and the rear window with some water spot remover, and then we can actually ceramic coat the windows as well. Why not? We have the product for it. You can see how bad it needs it there. There's a bunch of stickers in the windows. The interior needs a deep clean. We have some tuning we need to take care of, a bunch of stuff, and then this car should be well off for a very long time. Oh wow, it looks awesome. So good. Don't mind the mess. We're doing some garage cleaning, but dang, in the sun, this paint looks like it's brand new in a lot of the areas. Wow. Want to come see your car?
Yeah.
Sweet. Paint looks a lot better, huh?
Yeah, it does. Really good. Pretty dang good.
The ceramic coating did the most work, actually.
Yeah, but yeah.
I went hard on that and it didn't really do much.
Yeah. But look, I mean, it's not
nearly as obnoxious.
No.
Oh. Next episode on this car, we're going to be doing the rear diff fluid, the transmission and center differential fluid. We're going to detail the engine bay. We're going to get the interior cleaned out, put the stock radio back in, fix that bunk shifter bezel, get the proper tune on it, spark plugs, coil packs. We want to take the hassle out of owning an STi. Don't forget, on CarmaSpeed.com, we have our Cherry Blossom new STi jet tags. These things are the cleanest thing for your keys to make them look organized. Go snag one of those, support the channel if you like the content. Thanks for stopping by.